And here we are, boys and girls. We're back by popular demand. We hope so. Hope everything is fine with you. Just finished working out. I'm a bit tired. Age creeping in. Don't say nothing. We all get old. The thing is, how do we get old? And quality in getting old has everything to do with working out and being in shape. All studies indicate that, so there's no way you can get away from that. And if you don't take care of yourself now, even if you're young, and you don't think time's gonna pass by you, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong, 100%. I was talking to a buddy of mine, Alex, from Protein Factory. And we were talking about protein. And, you know, he's the protein guy. And I said, Alex, how do we get to tell people about milk protein isolate and not whey? And he started laughing. He goes, well, Rich, I don't know. I think we present them with studies or whatever. I don't know. So I went through a lot of research, papers, studies, and all that hula hoop. And I decided, just to let you know, first that there are a lot of studies out there that indicate that a blend is superior to just whey alone for building muscle. It's not Richard saying anything, it's just the way it is. Blends are superior for building muscle. End of story. Now, you may ask, is milk protein isolate a blend? Yes. It is a blend as nature intended it to be. 80% casein, 20% whey. Now, nature has a reason for having milk as its anabolic product to make animals grow as fast as possible so they can get away from predators. So when an animal is born and he starts to drink milk, the idea is that he grows as fast as possible so he can be safer from predators that may lurk around. Having said that, there is absolutely no doubt that milk in itself is extremely anabolic. When you take whey out of milk, you are separating one type of protein from another, and by doing so, you have a concentrated protein, such as whey. You could do the same with casein, obviously. However, when you do something like this and you separate one from the other, what you're doing actually is you are separating what nature wanted to be together. And as you separate whey and you say, okay, now whey is going to give you a punch for maximizing your protein synthesis. Yeah, it does. And it's fast. Oh, yeah, the fast word, huh? Gets into your system, blah, blah, okay. But at the same time, it is not the best solution for building muscle when you talk blend versus whey alone. Now, studies indicate that. It doesn't mean whey is not good. It doesn't mean whey is not anabolic. It doesn't mean any of that. It means that a blend is better, and milk protein isolate is a blend. Now, I don't know if you know, if you guys know a guy named Jim Stepani. Now, Jim is pretty famous, and right there on his website, you can find his commentaries on why a blend is superior to whey alone. He's not against whey, but he's saying and proving that whey alone is not as good as a blend. Now, obviously, what I'm going to do, instead of boring you guys with, you know, blah, 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 with study this and that and being scientific and all that, you guys are intelligent enough. You can go down here, you know, at video description and click on the links for the studies, and you can read them as you wish. But the thing, though, is what I would like to point out is I have tried all kinds of different mixes of protein. And at 54, I have to really go for the gold all the time. You know, I want to be anabolic as possible at all times. When I moved away from whey and I went into milk protein isolate, a whole different ball game opened up. Totally, totally different. Muscles, fuller, tighter, more, you know, when you feel like you're just worked out. Nitrogen pumping all the time. Does it mean it won't happen with whey? I don't know. I'm telling you guys my personal experience with this. And my personal experience dictates the following. Whenever I go one protein alone, I don't feel as good as when I blend. And when I blend with different types of digestive periods for each protein. If I add egg to it, I have a different scenario. But when I added egg to it, I didn't feel like there was a big difference. So two, as nature intended, casein and whey together from one protein, milk protein isolate, has done the job for me. Now I could stay here all day long, you know, oh, study this, study that, and so and that, and blah, blah, blah. But if you notice, the smart companies are starting to add milk protein isolate as a base for the other proteins. Now they would still call it a whey isolate, but they call it a whey isolate blend, or they call it a blend of isolates. But right there, and usually at 50% of that blend, okay, is milk protein isolate. Now, do you need 50% of whey and 50% of milk protein isolate? The question is why? That's a marketing gig, right? Because they're afraid that people looking at that is going to say, well, I want whey. Now, if you're a whey lover, I will tell you one thing. Make a challenge. Do a challenge, okay? Challenge yourself to this. Go 1 or 2 weeks working out and eating as you do, usually normally, and shift to a milk protein isolate, okay, with no flavors, no fillers, nothing. Just pure 90% isolate from a good origin, okay? We have that, obviously. We don't have to buy from us. But why am I telling you this? Because you will feel the difference. You will know and you go, aha, I know why he's saying that. The difference is barbaric. That is extreme. It is indeed barbaric. The difference is barbaric. Guaranteed. Now you can say, well, what if I get my milk protein isolate and I add some creatine to it? Now you got double anabolic. Yep. And you know what? That's exactly what I do. Exactly what I do. And that's why we offer a milk protein isolate with creatine monohydrate. Do you have to get that? No. No, you can get your protein anywhere you want. I'm just letting you know that you should challenge yourself to this test. Challenge yourself to this simple test. Put your whey aside and start drinking milk protein isolate every time in the place and time you were supposed to drink whey. And especially, one thing that I do at night before I go to bed, you know, I make my own homemade yogurt because yogurt is very important to get your nutrients absorbed and, you know, your gut in good shape and all that. And it's been fantastic for me. Now, if you like yogurt, I suggest you make your yogurt homemade, okay? I make mine homemade. So what I do is I put 500 ml of yogurt, I put my protein isolate, I make an 80 to 100 gram protein shake, okay? And if you want to put some flavor to it, I mean, you know, welcome to. I don't, okay? And I drink that before I go to bed. And let me tell you something. When I started doing that, and I had that mix with all the nutrients from my yogurt, homemade, okay? Pure homemade, I can choose the milk. It's great stuff. With my protein isolate, okay? Which obviously I get from a source that is pure. Everything is cool, you know, grass-fed, all that stuff. You guys know it's good for you. No fillers, no flavors, no nothing. The difference in my anabolic status has been tremendous. And when you hit a certain age, and you guys that are older, you guys know that. When you hit a certain age, you know what's going to happen. Anything you do, I mean, you're going to try to get the edge, right? You need the edge because, you know, we're getting older. So muscles are a little harder to grow, you know, maintain, all that. Anything you can do to better yourself. I can tell you one thing. Yogurt and milk protein isolate is a combination that you can't just beat. It's fantastic. Okay, guys, I'll see you the next time. Here is the tip of the day. Milk protein isolate, better than whey, superior than whey alone for building muscle, guaranteed. And you don't want to have to go nuts with 10 blends, just milk protein isolate, 2 blend as nature intended it to be, guaranteed and anabolic. There's the tip. Until next time, do good, be good, stay safe, and support our troops and our law enforcement. They're the good guys, and they keep us safe. We'll be back next time by popular demand. Peace.